Hello, everyone. So today I will be discussing tourism market beyond COVID-19. A lot of us are at a loss in terms of what will happen to the tourism market post-COVID, or even actually now that restrictions on lockdowns have been eased. No, so I went through several readings and upon discussion also with a lot of industry stakeholders, I noticed that there is that specific market that we can target, and also knowing some recovery marketing strategies that we can make so that we can move forward in developing our tourism strategies. So let me share my thoughts on this. First of all, let's ask ourselves a question. Okay? A lot of industry stakeholders are now asking themselves, if we build tourism and if we push for tourism to be back, will tourists come? Okay. There's a lot of projections, questions about how we can project visitor arrivals in this coming months and in this coming year, no, in 2021. And a lot of questions have been posed to scholars. And personally, I have no answer. Okay? We had this discussion with DOT Trains, and some of the other industry scholars are looking into the fact that we can actually not know the size of the market that we will be having, okay, or that we have for that matter at this present time once we open our uh, borders to tourists. So if we build it, will tourists come? And as a second question, who is our current audience? Okay, what are the new customer attitudes that we have? And how do we engage our customers? How do we craft our message? Okay, these are some of the additional questions that we ask ourselves. Okay, as students of tourism, as stakeholders in tourism, we ask ourselves that question: who will be our market? Okay, would there be a market for us beyond those that do not have the, if we don't have the vaccine yet, will there be a market for us? So who is our current audience? Okay, let me share with you my thoughts. Okay. Let's analyze our market from the reports that have been given to us by the Philippine Travel Survey results. I've also gone through World Tourism Organization output on recovery and all these major speakers on the webinars that we've been having on the growth of tourism in the coming months. Okay, let us analyze who our market is. First of all, that market will not want to travel far. They will want to travel within a reasonable distance, and they will travel by land. Okay, because if you're inside your car, you will be less likely to acquire the virus because you're a family inside the car compared to taking the bus or the plane or, of course, the cruise ships. So there will be increased demand for domestic travel, which is good because that's going to perk up the economy. Second, your market will have reduced income. Okay, with most of us having reduced salaries because of the reduced time at work. Okay, and going towards that reduced income is also a reduction on the travel budget. Of course, the first thing to go, okay, will be travel. Okay, we will continue to buy food, buy our utility, pay for our utilities, our electricity, our water, our cell phone bill, our internet. Okay, but we will try to reduce our travel budget if we need to dip onto our savings. And the primary concern of this target market, okay, of this new tourist market, will be their concern on health and safety. Are safety protocols in place? Do we see people cleaning, sanitizing things? When we use the pen, is there somebody who will sanitize the pen? Okay. And there's reduced contact activities, meaning check-in and check-out will be more digital. Okay. So the use of self-service technologies will also be um, growing. We will have less physical contact with our service providers. We will also have online and digital channels as the primary medium of promoting our products and services. And of course, the destinations, because it's domestic travel, the destinations that will be chosen will be those that are near our home. The response to this market, based again on the Philippine Travel Survey results, will be to rebuild the trust and confidence to travel. It's not more, well, it's already a challenge to have them travel, okay, because of reduced budgets. And of course, we have to increase their confidence to travel again. We also need to adapt the products and services that we will develop to what the market needs. Gone will be the days when we have a jam-packed club or bar that has music, loud music, and everyone cramped up in an area. Now, social distancing is the key. Physical distancing is key. Al fresco dining, okay, so that the virus can be blown by the wind. Okay, ecotourism, farm tourism sites, adventure tourism. These are what will be these are the products and services that will be availed of more frequently given the pandemic. Again, there's also that shift to digital. So that's a response to the market. If your business is not yet digital, I am sorry to say your business will not thrive or not even survive in this new normal. Okay, there has to be that shift to digital spaces. And lastly, more collaboration with stakeholders is needed, meaning we cannot live on our own. Okay, no industry, no establishment can survive on its own. It has to collaborate with other establishments, with the local government, with private sector, with public sector, with local community, and with the tourists. Okay, so there has to be collaboration. And all these, okay, will be our the adaptability of the industry, okay, to shift to the new demands of the market that I explained to you earlier on. Okay. Why do we have this specific market? Okay. There's the impact of the lockdown. Okay. I would hear a lot of people on the internet prior to the typhoon, okay, that they want to go out, that they miss the beach so much, and that they're craving for the vitamin C, SEA, and the fact that we really want to get out of the house. Imagine our teens and our grade schoolers who have been stuck in their homes for 8, 9 months already, and there is no indicator that throughout the rest of the school year that there would be a let up on the lockdown imposed on young children. So there's that desire to just go out, okay, and do something different. Now I introduce to you what I call the revenge market. It's actually not a term that I um, made up myself. I heard this from several people already. I also read about it. And the revenge market has that intensified desire to travel. They really are craving to get out of their houses, to move and go out. Okay? And their motivation is to relax and escape from work from home. Before, we used to say we don't want to work, we want to stay home. Now it's a different story that we're talking about. We're saying, let's get out of the house. Okay, for a change, let us relax and get out of the house. There's also what you call the corona hangover. This is the risk of people trying to get out, no, to still not wanting to go out. Okay? So the corona hangover is the fact that people still think that they can contract the virus. Yes, they still can at this period, November onwards. But once the vaccine is out, the corona hangover might still be there when people still think that there is a risk of them contracting the virus. And even so, even if all these things are cleaned up before our eyes, we would still have that fear that the virus is just around us. The revenge market also values flexibility and greater value. Okay, let's talk about values flexibility first. When we talk about valuing flexibility, it means that if they buy a certain air ticket, okay, air ticket or a staycation hotel, okay, they book one, the flexibility to revoke it. There has to be that greater responsibility, greater flexibility rather, from the service provider to allow people to change their mind, especially if there's a second lockdown or a third lockdown. We really actually don't know yet. Okay, and there has to be great value. Okay, will the desire to travel and with the cheap airfares make people give people enough reason to travel. So that's also something that we have to balance. Are we going to give it at a really very low price so that we can lure people to come into our destination? Okay, so that's up to you. I cannot answer whether that's a good thing or not. It's right now it's really trial and error. It's really looking for the best solutions that will be dependent on where we are and how we do things. Okay? And lastly, even if there is that self-service technologies that are available and that will be preferred by our target market, they would still want personalized and attentive services. Meaning, they still don't want a robot, okay, answering their questions on Messenger. Okay? They don't want automized too much automation in terms of in terms of having to sacrifice personalization. In fact, with digitalization, okay, it is easier to personalize, okay, your products and services. So let's take advantage of that. But at the same time, we still need that personal touch. Okay? The voice of an attendant on the phone rather than a automated answering machine. Okay? So these are things that we need to consider when we want to tap this revenge market. As far as size of this measuring this revenge market, unfortunately, I still don't have the answer for that. But we can. There is that niche market that is raring to go, that is not scared because they have very little to be scared of. They have good immune system. They're young. They don't have kids to look after. Okay, so that's the revenge market. So how do we tap this revenge market? We look at crafting our message in terms of first, focusing on health and safety. Second, we look into community engagement, meaning we look at how there would be interaction between the guest and the host. And when once there is this engagement, of course, with proper restrictions on distance, on touch, okay, we can still go for community engagement. Another message is the use of stories, okay? The use of real-time experiences of people who have been to your destination. And this is quite a lot in the internet, in social media. There's so much user-generated content that there are stories told about our destinations, about our specific products. And let's maximize that. Let's tell people how the experience is, not mainly just the benefits of the product, but we tell stories related to how important the product is. And lastly, we need to show empathy and care. This is the time of crisis. And this is the time when people who want to travel may not have enough budget to go by. So we have to show empathy and care. And in crafting your destination message, it has to be personal. It has to strike the heart. Okay, so emotional content will be very productive at this time. So I'd like to leave you with this message that we can't bring a good man down. Before pandemic, people were talking about over tourism, but now we are talking about no tourism at all. And so we look into how we can tap a certain segment of the market, which will be high value, okay, and which can sustain our business until it's back to normal. And I am sure that tourism will bounce back with a vengeance. Thank you very much. And if you need to get in touch with me, please do so. I have my email, my social media accounts. So God bless everybody. Bye.